Hi, my name is Jessica McDonald, and I am in the Department of Geosciences in the Atmospheric Science group, and my research is focused on severe weather. So I've always been interested in thunderstorms, but actually when I was really little, that interest was more of a fear. They scared me. Thunder was loud, lightning was unpredictable. But over time, that grew into an interest. Why is the thunder so loud? Why is the lightning so bright? Why are these storms happening here versus there? And so over time, that fear developed into an interest, which developed into a passion for figuring out, why tornadoes are forming versus why they're not. One of the things that really interested me about Texas Tech University was the amount of field work. Before I came here, I had never seen a tornado before, and I really wanted to see one because I felt like seeing it would help strengthen my understanding and, my passion for why I'm studying these terrifying but just amazing acts of power of nature. And so the amount of field work that Texas Tech offered was really compelling, and then I was able to actually study the tornadoes in my research. So when I started with my master's research, I was looking at observations of cold air in thunderstorms. And I got these observations using these stick-net weather stations that Texas Tech owns and we deploy in front of thunderstorms. And the reason why we do that is because there's cold air inside thunderstorms. So when a storm rolls by, the wind picks up, it gets cold. And the reason why we care about this cold air is that when you have cold air in the storm next to the warm air outside of the storm, that warm air is going to rise and the cold air is going to sink. And when you have those motions next to each other, it can actually cause rotation. Vertical motions in the thunderstorm, so either the updrafts, you get lots of air moving up in the storm, or the downdrafts can actually tilt that rotation into the vertical. So if you have horizontal air like this, then it gets twisted like this, and now you have this vertical rotation, and that can eventually lead to the development of tornadoes. So in addition to my research looking at cold air and thunderstorms, we also like to collect data, radar data of supercell thunderstorms. So supercell thunderstorms are storms that we actually frequently have here in Lubbock, and they are single cell thunderstorms, and they have a rotating updraft, and they can produce large hail, strong winds, and tornadoes. So Texas Tech has two mobile radars. They are Ka band radars, which means they can see lots of fine details in a thunderstorm. And we collect data on the wind flow within the storm so we can start to figure out, how these tornadoes are developing. So I have received the Doctoral Dissertation Completion Fellowship, which has provided funding for me for my final year of my PhD, which gives me extra time to wrap up all the loose ends in my research and make sure that the research that I'm producing is going to have a bigger impact on the field.